control that. I mean, I have conservative values. I follow conservative ideas, and they chose me hopefully because I have those conservative ideas. I can't control the powers that be. I would like to, but maybe if I get when I get elected, I'll have more of a say, and I can push more buttons to get people to respond more responsibly.
Well, that's also part of that antagonism between government and the public. That disconnect exists as well between the party hierarchy that isn't also growing enough people or nurturing enough people that actually abide by the tenets of the party. So who knows? I happen to like Gail Burns a great deal, and I know she's the chairwoman of the Conservative Party. And
I don't have anything against Gail Burns.
No, there's nothing against Gail.
I just think it was the wrong decision. That's all.
I don't know what caused it, but it is what it is, and we got to move on, as they say.
Yeah.
But excellent question from Frank. Just while we're at it, we're coming toward the last 9 minutes or so of the show next week, because Tom Bach, you had mentioned Dan Shore. He'll be on the show next week, and we'll be talking to him. Do both of you regard your political demeanor, you adhere to the Republican conservative line, and in your case, you also to the independence line? Mm-hmm. You got the endorsement for that, Tom. Does that matter on a local level? Is local politics governed to a great extent by the tenets of a Republican Party as opposed to a Democratic Party as opposed to a conservative, or can you combine all of those? Well, what do you think, Greg?
I think one of the problems we have is people categorize themselves as one team or one product. I'm a Yankee fan, but my second favorite team is the Mets. Mm-hmm.
I'm a Met fan, and my second favorite is Yankees.
Oh wow! So there's room here for a coalition.
So we're a New York team. We like New York. I mean, if
you guys get voted in, are we going to actually see you at the County Board of Legislators?
Yes.
Or are you going to be out at the Shea Stadium?
I can't afford.
I'll be at the Giant Stadium. No.
Oh, okay.
But I think I'm going to. If you live in New York. You don't have. If I'm so selective that I'm only a Republican, I only have Republican friends. I mean, you'd be antisocial. Mm-hmm. Most of my friends are Democrats. Actually, a lot of them are liberal, and we have sometimes I don't want to say heated, but enthusiastic conversations about politics and how things should be done. And a lot of people do wrap themselves in the banner of one party versus the other. And
are those people thinking do people espouse agenda, or are they actually thinking and trying to decipher for themselves?
Well, a lot of it is they
issue?
Find that this was in the New York Times, and therefore I'm right. Mm-hmm. I say, well, I can see that point. It is correct, but it's not accurate about what needs to be done right here in this situation. I mean, I can't give you a direct detail right now of a situation, but I can
because that sense about
yes,
so many
but no,
issues.
but they'll quote. No, well, it was in the New York Times, and I said, well, I was looking at the Drudge Report and went into a little more detail about it, and I can see with the topic of what was in the New York Times was correct, but it was not accurate about how things should be done or how the resolve should be accomplished. Okay. So there is a disconnect. Some people wrap themselves in the banner of the Mets or the Yankees, and they're just antisocial of a change or a group effort to resolve a problem.
Before we go, you want to jump in, right?
I was just going to say, one of the things, I used to travel quite extensively around the country, and everywhere I went, I would look at it and say, gee, could I live here? Or would I want to live here? And the answer was always no. I love New York State. I think it's one of the most beautiful places in America. And Westchester County in particular is a gorgeous county. Yeah. Unfortunately, because of the politicalization of it, it's become so bastardized, and people look at a particular party, like Greg said, and align themselves with that. Yes, I'm a Republican, but last night I was talking to a woman who's a Democrat. I was in the neighborhood getting signatures for the ballot, and we started talking. She was walking her dog. We started talking, and in the length of the one block, she said to me, I really like what you have to say. So while everybody can align themselves with a particular party or not, I think at the local level, when people actually talk to you and hear what you have to say, I'm not telling you, I'm not giving you a message. I'm telling you what I truly think about a particular issue and what I'd like to see happen with it. And what I'm finding is a lot of people are in agreement with me, and I think that's the voice that hasn't been heard. And it's
Because
time to be heard.
that's what you're trying to connect. Both of you are trying to connect.
One thing I'm trying to do is highlight to people that Westchester County needs to be competitive to either keep business here or bring business here. Mm-hmm. We're not competing just now against Connecticut, New Jersey. We're competing against North Carolina, South Carolina. We have to be competitive with these other states, even other countries. I mean, if you take IBM, for example,
mm-hmm.
I think it's still the largest employer in Westchester County. They're moving industry to India and China. So we got to be really a lot more competitive in our government, where we can make it affordable for companies to be here, make it affordable for families to be here, affordable to all of us. And there's a huge amount of lakes. You have the Westchester Valhalla Medical Center. Most hospitals, per se, are profitable. This institution is not profitable. Westchester County is really the owner of that property, that industry, and it's not making money. It has a history of losing money. There has to be and you just had this man who gave himself a $400,000 bonus, but laid off, I think, 40 people. Yeah. And especially in the healthcare service, you need service, human intervention of service. You just can't have bureaucrats that can tell everybody what to do. You need the human intervention. You need a baseline of people that are going to help other people. It's not. Westchester County, that should be an asset for Westchester County. It's a liability, and those kind of examples is what we're going to try to address and tackle.
Unfortunately, right now we've come basically to the end of the show. So before we go, do you have, how do people get involved with you, Greg Kane, if they want to join your campaign and your effort?
Well, right now I'm trying to get my website up. Is www.electgregkane.com.
Say that again.
www.electgregkane.com.
Okay.
I'm still connecting the dots, and it's still, I don't want to say, I think I'm late in the game of trying to get everything going, but it's very cumbersome to run a campaign, a lot more than I ever thought it was possible.
Yeah.
Connecting people, getting people behind you, getting people interested. There's a lot to be done. I mean, just keeping up on the issues, keeping on the what's just going on. The man I'm running against, he's up in Carmel today, bad-mouthing the New York State Senate, and he has a history of neglecting what he's done in Westchester County. Who's he to call the kettle black? You know, we need to get things going here in Westchester. Ron Astorino, Tom, and I are really trying to get something done here. We're genuinely honest people, and we're trying to get away from the typical politician who will just tell you what you want to hear and just do whatever you want.
Do you also have a phone contact?
You can call me on my personal cell, 914-980-6119.
Terrific. And then what about you, Tom Bach? What have you done for people who want to get involved in your campaign?
Anybody that's interested, good or bad, I'll take both sides. Email me.
Big man.
Well, representing everybody isn't about that.
Quickly.
electtombach@gmail.com or call me at 914-437-2635. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry time went very quickly. Next week, Dan Shore, who's running for Westchester County District Attorney.
You've been getting all the inside stories from Yonkers and across West.